Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Good evening. How you guys doing? Like I said, I was gonna join you after the Falcons Commanders game. Falcons almost pulling it off. And the fourth quarter. I get my analysis on that, my commentary on that later. But at any rate, Merry Christmas to you all. Merry Christmas to you all. Hopefully you enjoyed your holidays. You enjoyed some of the college bowl games, and they had a whole bunch of them. And they're not gonna stop playing these games until January 20th. I didn't get a chance to do my show last night because a lot of bowl games were going on. I was watching a lot of bowl games. Also, a lot of NFL games they had come on. A lot of football coming on this weekend. Way too much to go over. Typically. With my trying to go over everything, it probably would have been at least it could have been a good 2 or 3 hour show last night, but because it was so much football, I would have cut into y'all time. You wouldn't have been able to tune into the stream. You would have, but at the same time, ain't no point in you tuning in because it was too much football, too much entertainment for football lovers. But a lot of games going on today, and on Christmas. Of course, on Christmas, you had the Beyonce Bowl, but after that, this is pretty much the most entertaining thing on Christmas, or unless you were the Kansas City Chiefs fans or Baltimore Ravens fans. But a lot of blowouts and stuff, and quote unquote lopsided victories. Oh, I got the yawnies. I'm getting a little sleepy here. But the Beyonce Bowl, of course, all the women love that. That's why. Look, she got paid $20 million for that whole thing. $20 million for that whole thing. But Netflix, they made some money though. Hold on, check this out. 65 million people tune in to Netflix on Christmas Day to watch NFL football. Hey, they were like, scrap the NBA. Even though, NBA has some good games on, 76ers and Celtics on game. That's actually a good game too, flipping back and forth between the channels. But hopefully you had a good weekend football. My Falcons lost. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. Even though they lost, saw a lot of promise tonight. And, like I said, I get into all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and go over these games this past week. And 3 games yesterday, a couple of games today, some on Christmas, some on Thursday. The Packers and Bears game. No, was it? No, it was actually Packers and Seahawks. More like a high-scoring baseball game or just a offensive baseball game in that game there. I don't know what that. I don't know what we were watching that Thursday. I mean, I don't know, is Chicago that bad or Seattle just subpar? But at any rate, I'm gonna go ahead and get to these scores real quick, man. And everything, and let's go ahead and take it on down. Now, on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas. Yeah, Kansas City went in handling business with the Steelers. Played more like forget being a Steeler. It should have been called the Pittsburgh Aluminums or the Pittsburgh Cardboards, because one that's still about them boys they're playing. And man, look at that Baltimore and Texas game, Houston game. 2 points. And they only got their 2 off of safety. They actually hit Derrick Henry on the safety in the backfield. But again, Kansas City 29. The Chiefs 29. Steelers 10. Patrick Mahomes, of course, 320 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Stellar performance. Kareem Hunt 20 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Guess what? Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, Justin Watson, all with the touchdown. And the Chiefs sacking Russell Wilson 5 times. 5 times. 5 second lunches. 5 second lunches on that boy. But moving on to Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson, 25 yards passing, 1 interception, no touchdowns. Russell Wilson also with the rest of the touchdown as well. There's the only touchdown that the Steelers scored during the game. And the Steelers got no sacks during the game. Congratulations to the Chiefs. Y'all got the energy. Chiefs with the they got the Broncos next. Should be pretty interesting on their whole thing right there. Even though the Chiefs, and because of that win right there, Chiefs have locked up the number 1 seed and not locked up the number 1 seed of the playoffs So here's the deal with the number 1 seed in the playoffs. So it's pretty. This has been going on for maybe like 2 or 3 years with the number 1 seed. So number 1, number 2 seed. It used to be back then when number 1 and number 2 seed will have first round buys and have home playoff games. But it's a little different this time. Now I think it's it just passed not too long ago. Now it's only one number. Now it's only one first round bye for each conference. So it used to be AFC, NFC conference. It'd be 2 teams within that respective conference that would get first round buys. Now it's only 1 team now. So Kansas City with the swinging, they get the first round bye, and they get home field advantage through all out the playoffs and the division champs too. So they got the Broncos next. I don't think it's relatively gonna make a difference. If I'm Andy Reid, I'm ready to Patrick Mahomes or whatever. He has an LA ankle injury. So, Chiefs locking up the home field advantage. They got the Broncos next. And Pittsburgh Steelers, they have the Bengals next. So that's going to be a pretty interesting matchup right there with the Steelers and the Bengals. Steelers, they could, no. I think if the Steelers win next week, if Baltimore ain't won the game yet, if the Steelers do win, I think the Ravens could lock up the playoff spot for next week, if I'm not mistaken. So Steelers got Bengals next week, and the Chiefs got the Broncos. So which are relatively division games. So I think next week, all the games of next week, if I'm not mistaken, are going to be division games. And speaking of division games, it's going to be very interesting next week for 2 football teams in another conference. I'll get to that in a minute. But congrats to the Chiefs. Y'all got the energy. Again, Chiefs, Broncos next week, Steelers, Bengals next week. But moving on to the Ravens and the Texans, the Beyonce Bowl. It is really all it was the Beyonce Bowl, because pretty much it was a relatively the Lamar Jackson show. Lamar Jackson probably heading on his way to another MVP. Ravens 31, Texans 2. Lamar Jackson 160 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and also 87 yards rushing with the 1 touchdown. Derrick Henry 147 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Mark Andrews 1 touchdown, and Isaiah Likely 9 yards receiving, but he did get the touchdown, which kind of scored at 31. And Baltimore, the Ravens, 5 sacks, 5 sack lunches, came in and racked up sacks and just outplayed Houston, outplayed the Texans. TJ Stroud 185 yards passing, no touchdowns, 1 interception. And also, not only that, and I'm going to speak on Houston in a minute. Nico Collins, 59 yards receiving, no touchdowns. Basically, okay, let me go ahead and cut to the chase. No rushing touchdowns and no passing, no touchdown receptions and no rushing touchdowns. And the only score that they got was 2. They got a safety on Derrick Henry. So, here's my deal with Houston. Now, I'm not relatively speaking in their defense nor their credibility. Well, I'm not here to speak on the Texas defense. I'm not here to defend them, but to their credit. You lost Tank Dell, and you also lost Stephon Diggs for the rest of the year. They got Nico Collins and Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon been hurt. Nico Collins been hurt. So Houston has gotten the injury bug severely this year. So they're going to win the division. Houston's going to wind up winning the division. Going to be a playoff team. They're going to host a playoff game. But I don't think they're going to make it that far. Now, Baltimore, on the other hand, probably wind up already clinching. I think the Ravens have already clinched the division already, if I'm not mistaken. Because the Ravens, they do have the Browns next, which is a division game. Again, you got these division games that are coming up next week. And I get to those. I get to the other games in a minute. Houston with the Titans next week. Again, another division game. So, like I said, 2 more division games that are going to be coming up next week. I think next week it's all going to be on division games. So, congrats to the Ravens. Y'all got the energy. Again, they got the Browns next. Texans with the Titans next. Again, other division games that are going to be coming up. Now, this game right here, man. Hold on. Let me scroll up here for a minute. Hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on for just a second. Hold on. I'm back. Had to sneeze, y'all. Ain't want to be interrupted. Now, that Seattle game, Seattle 6, Chicago 3. Basically a good World Series game, what it looks like. Look, just either a low scoring NFL game or a high scoring World Series game, baseball game. But Seattle 6, Bears 3. Thursday night game, with Seattle, Geno Smith, 106 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions. And listen, no touchdowns, no rushing touchdowns, no touchdown receptions. But guess what, though? They did get 7 sacks. So they got the Caleb Williams all night that night. So the Bears, on the other hand, with 3 sacks, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Caleb Williams with 1 interception. Only 122 yards passing. Very low throwing game, low scoring game. No touchdowns scored in this game at all. I don't think I've ever seen a football game like this where a touchdown wasn't scored. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I've seen some games where a lot of field goals were kicked, but it wound up being more than 7 points, though, more than a touchdown. But yeah, no touchdowns, no interceptions. 10 sacks in the game. Seattle with 7 sacks. The Seahawks with 7 sacks. The Bears with 3 sacks. Basically 10 sacks. Basically no offensive line in this game at all. But congrats to the Seahawks. They got the energy. Seahawks with they got the Rams next. Oh yeah, the Rams are in the playoffs this week because of their Commanders victory. I get that in a second. The Bears with the Packers next week. So again, division games that are coming up next week. So congrats to the Seahawks. Y'all got the energy. Moving on to the Chargers and the Patriots. Oh man, hey, the Chargers. Woo, hey, they out there. Hey, Chargers. Jim Harbaugh's first season, 10 wins off the bat. Straight up, Chargers. Okay, 40. Patriots, 7. Patriots probably more likely gonna get the number 1 draft pick if I'm not mistaken. Now, Justin Herbert, 281 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. J.K. Dobbins, 76 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Also, Ladd McConkey. Oh, UGA boy, Ladd McConkey, 94 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Okay, Darius Davis, 1 touchdown. And also, 4 sacks on these boys today. Came in like game busters, racking up yards like crazy. Like I said, Justin Herbert with 3 touchdowns, J.K. Dobbins with 1 rushing touchdown. Ladd McConkey and Darius Davis with Ladd McConkey with 2 touchdowns and Darius Davis with 1 touchdown and 4 sacks on these 4 sacks today. Now, the Patriots. Drake May, 117 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Well, Antonio Gibson, 60 yards rushing, no touchdown. Demario Douglas, 46 yards receiving, 1 touchdown, from Drake May. And the Patriots, just with 1 sack. Patriots got 1 sack. They got no sacks today. Chargers came in, blew them out. Chargers probably going to be wind up going to the playoffs. Chargers got the Raiders next, at the Raiders in Vegas. Should be pretty interesting. Another division game. Patriots with the Bills next. Last game of the year for everybody next week, and that game is at home. Congrats to the Chargers. Y'all got the energy. Moving on, man. Hey, listen, we are with the yesterday's game. Well, what time is it? No, I'm sorry. The game that was on Saturday is actually Monday. But Broncos 24, Chargers 30. I thought they were playing a little bit, but hey, they may have a chance to beat Kansas City next week. I don't know if they're gonna beat them, but Bo Nix, 219 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. All right, Jaleel McLaughlin for the Broncos, 69 yards rushing and no touchdowns. But guess what? Marvin Mills Jr., 103 yards rushing. 103 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 55 yards rushing. 55 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. And also the Broncos, 7 sacks on them boys. 7 sacks. 7 sack lunches. Came in and wrecked shop, but guess what? One enough to beat the Bengals, though. Guess what? Joe Burrow, 412 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Guess what? And he also got a rushing touchdown with that as well, 25 yards rushing from Joe Burrow. So he actually got 4 touchdowns. T. Higgins, 131 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 102 yards passing, 102 yards receiving, no touchdowns. But guess what? Oh boy, had 3 of them things, man, for real. And also the Bengals with 2 sacks. And the Broncos with the Chiefs next week. The Bengals with the Steelers next week. Again, division games coming up to the end of the season. Congrats to the Bengals. Y'all got the energy. Congrats to the Chargers. Y'all got that energy. Moving on to the, hey man, listen, the Rams and the Cardinals. Not much well, I think anything was entertaining about that. A lot of defense there. A lot of teams, like, see, here's the deal. A lot of teams that know each other, so you know, really want a lot of scoring in that game. And, you know, like I said, the pitch show twice a year anyway. Kyler Murray, Cardinals 9, Rams 13. Kyler Murray from the Cardinals, 320 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Also, Trey McBride, 123 yards. 120 yards rushing. 123 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Yeah, Trey McBride, he actually showed out in that game, but guess what? They got no sacks. But the Rams, guess what? Matthew Stafford, 189 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But guess what? Kyron Williams with the touchdown. And, you know, pretty much that was it right there. No touchdowns and a couple of field goals here and there. And the Rams with 4 sacks. So, congrats to the Rams. Y'all got the energy. Cardinals with the 49ers next. They play the 49ers in Arizona. And the Rams, I think with the Seahawks next, if I'm not mistaken. I think Rams and Seahawks, they got Seahawks next. Like I said, a lot of division games that are going on next week. Because I'm going to get that game in a second. I'm going to get to some other things in a second. But moving on, Bills and the Jets. Like I said, Rams, they got the energy. Jets 14, Bills 40. Aaron Rodgers, 120 yards passing, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Guess what? Tyrod Taylor, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hold on, wait a minute. Did Aaron Rodgers get benched? Probably so. Who knows? I wasn't even paying attention. Anyway, Garrett Wilson, 66 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Tyler Conklin, 1 touchdown for the Jets, and no sacks for the Jets. But moving on to the Bills. Hey, Josh Allen, potential MVP, 182 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Mitchell Trubisky, former first round NFL draft pick, 69 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Oh man, James Cook, a touchdown. Josh Allen with the rushing touchdown. So add that to the 2 that he passed for the day too. Also, not only that, hey, Tyrell Savers, 1 touchdown. Amari Cooper, a touchdown. Keon Coleman, a touchdown for all Bills receivers. And they also got 4 sacks a day. So, congrats to the Jets. My bad. Congrats to the Bills. Y'all got the energy. Jets got the Dolphins next week. So, y'all already know the Bills got the Patriots next week. Again, these division games are being locked in for next week because we're going to get to the good stuff later on. And, man, one of these things is probably going to be basically next week going to be a high stakes playoff game by de facto. It's still a regular season game, but it's still gonna be a playoff type atmosphere that is going on. But moving on, Bills got the energy. Now, Titans 13, Jaguars 20, and Will Levis Mason Rudolph for the Titans, 193 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Pretty much the only touchdown for the day. And guess what? Nick Van Nett, 1 receiving touchdown for the Titans. Titans with 2 sacks today. But Jacksonville still came in, even though they're not doing good right now. But guess what? Mike Jones, 174 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interception. And also, Brian Thomas Jr., 91 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Parker Washington, 1 touchdown for the Jaguars. And the Jaguars with 3 sacks today. And yesterday rather. Congrats to the Jaguars. Y'all got the energy, but guess what? The Titans, they got the Texas next week, and Texas got to come to town, play them boys, and Jacksonville with the Colts next week, playing Anthony Richardson and company, and they got to go to Indianapolis. But Jaguars, y'all got the energy. I'm going to go ahead and move on. Excuse me. I got a cold. Might be coming out with a cold or something. Hit me out, y'all. But the Raiders. Yeah, them Raiders, baby. Yep. The black and silver just do it, baby. And they came into New Orleans and just did it. Just like that. Raiders 25, Saints 10. Aiden O'Connell, 242 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interception. Amir Abdullah, 115 yards rushing, no touchdowns. Alexander Madison for the Raiders as well for 32 yards rushing, no touchdown. But guess what? Jacoby Myers with a touchdown. Brock Bowers, 77 yards with no touchdown. Brock Bowers, he out there. Hey, he busting their heads out there, boy. Hey, Brock Bowers is a surefire. Brock Bowers gonna be a Raider probably for a long time. Trey Tucker with a touchdown for the Raiders today, and also 4 sacks for the Raiders today as well. But New Orleans 10, Spencer Rattler, 218 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions for Spencer Rattler. And boy, he got that cage rattled today by them Raiders. Boy, they came in, 2 them up. Also, 46 yards rushing for Spencer Rattler. But Foster Moreau, 47 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Jawan Johnson, 66 yards receiving, no touchdowns. And guess what? The Saints were 1 sack today, but the Raiders, y'all got the energy. Congrats to the Raiders. Y'all won today. Y'all got the energy. Raiders, they playing the Chargers next. Saints, they got the Buccaneers next week. Which is pretty much, and like again, a lot of playoff magnifications and playoff implications that are going to be going on with that whole piece right there. With the I would say with the Buccaneers and the Saints. Buccaneers, they probably gonna go in there and run roughshod over the Saints. And actually, well, Saints got to go to the Buccaneers. So, hey, they're just going to be out there playing. Buccaneers are probably going to go in there and skate on all on them boards next week. And should be a pretty interesting matchup. But moving on, the Giants 45. No, the Colts 43. Giants 45. Hey, Anthony Richardson. Hey, actually, the Giants played pretty good today. They played like, look, they played like they should have. They played like we played them last week. Beat them down, blew them out. But anyway, Colts 33. Giants 45. Actually, Colts 79. Not a bad record. Almost 500. But Joe Flacco for the Colts. 330 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Also, hey, Jonathan Taylor, 125 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman. Alec Pierce, 122 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Michael Pittman Jr., 109 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. So, pretty good. Not a bad idea. Not a bad deal for the Colts, man. And then they got no sacks. But the Giants, came in and put it down on the boys. Drew Lock, 309 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Man, Drew Lock, and then guess what? He also got a rushing touchdown as well. So he came in and had a career day today. Malik Neighbors, 171 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Wan'Dale Robinson. Yeah, it's a Wan'Dale Robinson, 71 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Darius Slayton, 32 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. And he also got 2 sacks today. So, congrats to the Giants. Y'all got the energy. The Colts got the Jaguars next week. Again, division games. Giants, I think. Who does the Giants have next week? Giants with the Cowboys. Is it Cowboys? No, my bad. Giants at the Eagles next week. And that's a big time division, big time rival game with the Giants and the Eagles next week. It's always Cowboys, Commanders, and the Giants and the Eagles. So that's be pretty interesting right there. So then again, hey, a lot of teams relatively could play upset next week. But moving on, how about them? Fly, Eagles, fly. Cowboys 7, Eagles 41. Look, beat them with a backup quarterback, too. Beat them all the way down. The battle of the backups. Kenny Pickett hurt during the game, broke his ribs last week. Shot him with 2 painkillers today, 1 before the game, 1 at halftime. But guess what? It was too painful for him to continue. And they put in McKee, but that didn't really matter. So Saquon Barkley, he showed out again today. But I'm going to go ahead and get to the Cowboys first. Cooper Rush, 147 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Trey Lance, just 1 yard, no problem. Rigo Dowdle, 104 yards rushing, no touchdowns. But guess what? Jason Tolbert, on touchdown that the Cowboys got today, and they got no sacks. Now, moving on, without Jalen Hurts and without, Kenny Pickett, he played the first half, and then some in the third quarter, they had to pull him out the game. Kenny Pickett, 143 yards passing, 1 touchdown. But guess what? Tanner McKee, 54 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley, okay, cracked 2,000 yards today. Congrats to Saquon Barkley. Hey, man, I'm proud of you, boy. 100 more yards to break Eric Dickerson's record. So we're going to see how they're going to go down next week. But Saquon Barkley, 116 yards rushing, no touchdowns. But Kenny Pickett also got a rushing touchdown as well. Devontae Smith, 120 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, 36 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. And also, Philly with 1 touchdown. Congrats to the Eagles. Y'all got the energy. Eagles with the Giants next, and Cowboys with the Commanders next. Again, division rivals, battle of the division rivals. I'm gonna go ahead and get these other games real quick. Now, moving on up, man. Carolina. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Ooh, hey, Tampa Bay. Hold on. The Panthers and the Buccaneers. Man, Buccaneers, they playing pretty strong right now, man. Woo, them boy, they playing lights out for real. They really playing because it's really down to the wire next week, if you think about it. Now, Panthers 14, Buccaneers 48. Bryce Young, former NFL #1 draft pick, 203 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Not a bad idea. I mean, a little flashes here and there. Adam Thielen, 110 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. And also, no rushing touchdowns from the Panthers. And also Panthers with 2 sacks as well. But on to the Buccaneers, 48. Hey, Baker Mayfield look like he got some MVP stuff going on here. Baker Mayfield, get this right here, y'all. 359 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Woo! Hey, guess what? QB rating, 153 yards. QBR, 90, which is pretty good. But the rating was 153. I think it was highs of the high amongst quarterback. I think it was 150 something or 170 something, but it was pretty up high. Bucky Irvin, 113 yards passing. All right, no touchdowns. Sean Tucker, 30 yards rushing, no touchdowns. Rashad White, 30 yards rushing, no touchdowns. Guess what? The Buccaneers with 202 yards rushing. Crazy. Now, that's almost 500-some yards of total offense for the Buccaneers. Also, they got 5 sacks today, too. Came in and put a whoop stick on Carolina. Panthers, Buccaneers, congratulations. Y'all got the energy. Buccaneers got the Saints next. Panthers, with the Falcons next. They got to play my Dirty Birds. And guess what? They got to come to Atlanta, man. We're going to have to put some on them boys. They got to represent. So you got to come to the Falcons next week. Hey, but women number 2 from us. Actually, believe it or not, I think we kind of swept the whole division. But we still might not even make the playoffs. Now, here's the deal. Dolphins. Moving on. Dolphins and Browns. Tua Tagovailoa, I think he got pulled from the game today. I think he had himself again or whatever. But at any rate, let me go ahead. Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa didn't even play today at all. I'm sorry. Dolphins 20. Browns 3. Just a field goal. Now, Tyler Huntley, 225 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Guess what? Tyler Huntley, 52 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Pretty much counting for all the scoring today for the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 105 yards rushing. 105 yards receiving, no touchdowns. And Jonnu Smith, 26 yards receiving and a touchdown. And also Dolphins with 1 sack. But guess what? The Browns, well, here's the deal, y'all. They're just the Browns. Let's just go ahead and leave it at that. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, 170 yards passing, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Deontay Freeman, 49 yards rushing, no touchdowns. You know what? No touchdowns. Look, no rushing touchdowns and no touchdown receptions. No touchdown receptions. Yeah, receptions, rather. But the Browns with 3, just relatively a field goal. So, congrats to the Dolphins. Y'all got the energy. Dolphins got the Jets next. Browns with the Ravens next. This is the Ravens? Yes. I think the Browns are they got the Ravens next. And, Ravens probably already going to the playoffs anyway. Now, here's the deal, y'all. Green Bay. Hold up. The Packers and the Vikings. Whoo, hey, that was actually a pretty good game. Packers almost coming back winning that game. Packers, 25, Vikings, 27. And this is I'm gonna get that in a second. This is the crazy part about it. Packers almost came back and won that game though. But Jordan Love, 185 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Josh Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson, both with the rushing touchdown for the Packers. Also, Malik Heath with 1 touchdown. And the Packers only with 1 sack today. But the Vikings, man, Sam Darnold, hey, old boy playing like, Minnesota could be a Super Bowl contender while y'all tripping though. Sam Darnold, 377 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Whew. Aaron Jones, just 47 yards rushing. He didn't really need to rush because Sam Darnold took care of everything. All right, Justin Jefferson, 92 yards receiving, no touchdowns. He was being double covered all day. Jalen Naylor, like these Jalen and Jaytons, they all over the place. Jalen Naylor, 81 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Jordan Addison, 69 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Cam Akers, 15 yards, 1 touchdown. So all 3 of these guys got touchdowns today. The Vikings with 3 sacks today. Congrats, the Packers congrats to the Vikings. Y'all got the energy. Vikings, yep, with the Lions next. That's gonna be a pretty interesting deal right there. I'm gonna get to that one in a second. Packers got the Bears next week. So again, division games wrapping up this 2024 season of football. You moving on to the game of the night, Falcons and Commanders. Falcons show a lot of promise. Man, Michael Penix, yeah, a lot, makes some rookie mistakes, but he came in through the clutch though. He did get us to overtime, so I do like what I've seen with Michael Penix, but it wasn't actually enough. And also he threw an interception as his chip drill. He didn't exactly throw it to him, but I think one of the first possession of the game gave Washington good field advantage because he threw it off, threw the ball. I think it came off somebody, and Washington wanted to intercept the ball, but 223 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Bijan Robinson, 90 yards rushing. 9 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. And also, Drake London, 106 yards receiving, no touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, 1 touchdown, 44 yards receiving. And Falcons with 5 sacks today. Man, they sacked them 5 times today. So the defense actually did show up today, but, it was a lot of missed tackles too. I think number 20, that boy out there playing like water. But the Commanders, one enough to beat the Commanders. Check this out. Jaden Daniels, 227 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Actually, game won the overtime. And he also had 127 yards 127 yards rushing as well. So 277, 227, and 127 is almost like, almost 400 some yards? No, 354 yards. Whoop, that's pretty good for offense though. But he got no rushing touchdowns. But Christian Rodriguez with 60 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Okay. Olamide is Kezius. Okay, well actually he was a former Falcon, 85 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Zach Ertz, 72 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. And congrats to the Commanders. Y'all got the energy. Commanders, they got the Cowboys next. 2 sacks today. Atlanta with 5 sacks today. Falcons got the Panthers next week. Commanders with the Cowboys next week. It's gonna be a pretty interesting matchup. Again, division games coming in. I think Minnesota. Oh yeah, did I say? Okay, Green Bay. I'm sorry. Let me go back real quick. Okay, Packers with the Lions. No, Packers with the Bears next. Vikings with the Lions next. That's gonna be a pretty good game this week. So now that I've done all these games, let me go ahead and just get. I did all the games. Let me go ahead and get to something real quick. So now, here's my deal. So there's only one more game left to be played, which is tomorrow night. Actually, the Lions at the 49ers. I like the Lions winning that game. 49ers, they kind of banged up. The Lions defense decimated with injuries, but I think the offense should be able to win pretty comfortably with the 49ers. Now, again, like I said, a lot of division games that are going to be going on next week. So here's the deal. Just in my opinion, the Lions and Vikings, that's actually a NFC championship, a de facto NFC championship game. De facto. This is gonna be played next week. Just in my opinion, I think that's gonna be a prime time game because I think for the moment in time in history, I think a lot of teams. Here's the deal. This was crazy. Okay, this is the irony of it. Typically, they will have all these games would be, they play this time, play this time, play this time, play this time, play this time. But here's the interesting part about the whole thing. All these games are to be determined. We won't know who playing who until after tomorrow night. Just in my opinion, I think the Vikings-Lions game is going to have to be straight up prime time, man. I'm dead for real. That's going to have to be a prime time game. Of all the games, I think that's going to be the game of, listen, believe it or not, that's actually going to be the game of 2024. Let me see if I can go here real quick. Look at this future schedule real quick. Hold on, let me see something. Let me see here. Hold on for a second. Let me go up here real quick. Hold on. 2024. No, week 17. See, hold on, my bad. Let me get all this stuff real quick. It won't let me do it. No. There's a key name. Hold on. Regular season. It won't let me. Hold on. It won't let me do it. Let's see if I can do it on here, y'all. Let's see. Hold on. NFL GSIS. Oh yeah. Also, these scores are brought to you by NFL NFL Game Statistic Information System as well, which is basically the NFL information. Let's see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wow, this is crazy, y'all. NFL release. Oh man, look. This is crazy right here. Okay. Let me go ahead and do this right here. Saturday, January 6th. No, it can't be January 6th. Oh, actually, my bad. Oh yeah, this is the schedule. Okay. Oh, here it is right here, y'all. Hold on. I just got the information right here. Actually, believe it or not, this just came in at 12:25 a.m., y'all. It actually just came in. Let me go to my thing real quick. All right, go to my notes, production notes. This is crazy. I was actually looking for it because I tried to look it on the GSIS or NFL backdoor website, but believe it or not, I just got a notification. So here's the deal, y'all. Wait, hold on. What's going on? Hold on. Calendar. Okay, hold on. Continue. Hold on. No, do not send me no notifications. This is crazy. Hold on. No, this don't add up right here. All right, let me go back here real quick. All right, so hold on. Oh, okay. Here it is right here. Okay, so let me go to my notes real quick. I just got the thing, man. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I just had the damn thing pulled up too. CBS. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Okay, all right, here's the deal. All right. It said, what's in mind? Here's what to look for at the full. These dates are wrong. Hold on. Something's wrong here, y'all. Hold on, my bad. Monday. Damn, do I need my phone? All right. I'm just gonna read what I got right here because I think the 6th is actually on the Monday. It says Saturday, January 6th. Like, no, this is messed up. But the Brown, okay, here's the deal, y'all. On Saturday, right, which is actually January 4th, some doo-doo bird or dodo bird at CBS got their dates wrong. So it says on Saturday, it says January 6th. It's actually January 4th. Some idiot got January 6th on here. I don't know if y'all can see this right here, but I'll go ahead and read it off. So the Browns versus the Ravens at 4:30 on ESPN ABC. Bengals at Steelers at 8 p.m. on Saturday. It says January 6th. It's actually supposed to be January 4th. I think somebody rushed out and typed this up here. That's why I kept looking at the calendar like, no, January 6th is on a Monday. But that's on Saturday, next Saturday. So the games are already out. I thought it'd be done by tomorrow. Now, on Sunday, January 5th, it says on Sunday, January 7th. Somebody made a big typo. So, Giants at Eagles at 1 p.m. Texas, Bills at Patriots at 1 p.m. Texas and Titans at 1 p.m. Panthers, Falcons, 1 p.m. Commanders, Cowboys, 1 p.m. Packers, Bears at Packers at 1 p.m. Saints at Buccaneers at 1 p.m. Jaguars at Colts at 1 p.m. Now, these are the 1 o'clock games that I just read off. I'll read them again. All right, let me do it one more time. On Saturday, January 4th. It says January 6th on here. Browns at Ravens, 4:30. Bengals at Steelers, 8 o'clock. On Saturday, January 4th. It's a typo in this article. Now, Sunday, January 5th. Giants, Eagles, 1 p.m. Bills, Patriots, 1 p.m. Texas Titans, 1 p.m. Panthers, Falcons, 1 p.m. Commanders at Cowboys, 1 p.m. Bears, Packers at 1 p.m. Saints at Buccaneers at 1 p.m. Jaguars at Colts at 1 p.m. So that's what's gonna happen on a Monday, okay? Yeah, this is gonna happen on a Monday. I'm sorry, a Sunday. That's what's gonna happen on Sunday. Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen on Sunday, on January 5th. It says January 7th on here. I wish I could read it off to you guys. Now, here's another thing. Okay, Chiefs at Broncos 425. Chargers at Raiders at 425. Dolphins at Jets at 425. 49ers at Cardinals at 425. Seahawks at Rams at 425. I'll read that for you one more time. Chiefs at Broncos 425. Chargers at Raiders 425. Dolphins at Jets 425. 49ers at Cardinals 425. Seahawks at Rams at 425. So here's the deal. So all these, and typically all these games, these 425 games, I think with the exception of the Dolphins and the Jets game, all these games are really relatively out on the West Coast because, out on the West Coast is relatively 3 hours, 3 hours behind, 2 or 3 hours behind, mostly 3 hours behind anyway, on the West Coast. So, if it's 425 over here, it's going to be 1 o'clock over there. So 3 hours different. So pretty much 1 o'clock, but more so, Eastern Standard Time. So most of the 425 games are really relatively going to be 125 games. So, pretty much, standard, it's going to be 1 o'clock anyway when you start with 425 over here. Now, the game I was talking about, who's going to be game of the year, game of the week, game of the NFL, Vikings at Lions at 8:20 p.m. Look, this for all the marbles, y'all. Just in my opinion, this is what I believe. Let me get here first. I got the Lions beat the 49ers tomorrow. I think I've already said that, but I'll say it anyway. The Lions are beating the 49ers tomorrow. I got the Lions beating the 49ers. I think I said it already, but I said, they ain't gonna beat the 49ers. But now, needless to say, Vikings won, Lions won. Now, the game next week is relative for all the marbles. It's really a NFC Championship by de facto, a de facto NFC Championship game. This is if you ask me. Whoever wins this game, now the AFC already locked up. Kansas City already got locked up. Maybe Baltimore. No. Bills commanding number 2, and then Baltimore, and then so on. Now, whoever wins this game next week between the Lions and the Vikings, it's home field advantage. Okay, your division champs, first round bye, home field advantage through all out the playoffs. So whoever wins this game, they will have to, the Super Bowl, for you to go to the Super Bowl, you will have to either go to Minneapolis or Detroit. Me, in my opinion, this is my, you know what? I'm going to get to that game. I'm going to talk about that next Sunday, though. Just in my opinion, that's going to be a good game. It's for all the marbles. And Detroit already done beat Minnesota. But guess what, though? Detroit done lost a couple. I think Detroit done lost maybe like a game or 2. But guess what? It's crazy how you got to, look, they won 14 games. Minneapolis won 14 games. Okay? Detroit won 14 games. Both have lost 2 games. Well, they haven't won 14 games yet. I think Detroit's going to win tomorrow. So let's just say hypothetically, it's just hypothetical that they win 14 games. But with Detroit winning these games, with Detroit winning that game in Minnesota, it's relatively a championship game this week. I think, just in my opinion, whoever wins that game is going to the Super Bowl. I don't think just in my opinion, I don't think anybody can stop either one of these teams right now in the NFC. Well, you got Philadelphia, but with Philly, now Philly, they're dangerous too. I forgot about Philly. Like I said, Detroit's still the most dangerous team in the NFL because I thought, when the defense went down, they got hurt. I said, man, you know what? Detroit is over with, but they still winning them games though. I think whoever wins that game is going to the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl going to have to come through one of them cities, either Minneapolis or either Detroit. And Detroit, Minnesota, they got a defense too. Ooh, they can play some defense. Detroit, they got an offense, man. They can beat you down, but they ain't got no defense though, fool. So it's gonna be interesting how that whole thing plays out. So there's a primetime game next week. Thank you for tuning into my show. I'm on next week. I don't think, you know what? I'm gonna do a New Year's stream. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do a New Year's stream, New Year's night, because it is college football. A lot of big time bowl games. The Fiesta Bowl. Hold on. Let me go here real quick. Hold on, here it is. Okay, no, right here. Okay, all right, let me hit here real quick. I forgot. Let me go ahead and go with this real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and do a New Year's stream on New Year's Day. Let me go ahead and go down here real quick. See. Oh yeah, the Fiesta Bowl. Yes, 12/31. Boise State, Penn State. So I'm gonna be covering that game. I'm gonna do a New Year's stream as well. So, you know, the Georgia game was primetime game at 8:45. That's gonna be a later game right there. Of course, you know, with the Rose Bowl or no, first game of the day. Okay, first game is Fiesta Bowl, which is college football playoff. Boise State, Penn State. Okay, who I like in that game? I just like Penn State. I think Penn State had a better schedule. Boise State. I mean, the only person on that team. Listen, the only person I can name on that team is Ashton Genty. Now, Penn State, Drew LR, and you know all the other players that are on there. On that Penn State team. So I like Penn State winning that game. I'm in the college now. But Texas and Arizona State, I think Texas wins that game. Oregon, Ohio State, I think Ohio State could possibly win that game. Yeah, I actually like Ohio State this time, boy. Oregon still look promising though. Now the Georgia Notre Dame game, everybody question the Georgia Notre Dame, dude. Bulldogs, they're gonna run their boys out the building. That's it. Garner Stockton, I heard he be studying tape 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, wee hours in the morning. He's studying tape like the offensive coordinators, like as though he's an offensive coordinators studying all that film. But yeah, I just like Georgia over Notre Dame. Now because I'm a Georgia fan, I'm a Georgia fan, but outside of me being a fan, I just like Georgia winning that game, period. So I'm gonna do a New Year's stream on that night. Excuse me, on New Year's night after that game. Ooh, that might be a late one. But actually, it's only gonna be 4 games. So I don't think the stream is gonna be that long, not like it is tonight. But it's 4:35. No, y'all gotta get up to go to work in the morning. Some of y'all got school. I mean, no, y'all ain't got no school. The school ain't get back into 2025 anyway. Yep, you ain't got no school. But here's the deal, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to my show. 2025 is gonna be a promising year. I got some goodies that are gonna be coming on. For people who subscribing, who tuning in to me, I'm gonna be giving away some things in 2025. I'm telling y'all know what time it is. So I'm gonna be giving away some stuff in 2025. I got some merch I'm gonna be giving away. I ain't gonna even be selling it. Well, I may sell some of it, but most of it, I'm just gonna be giving away. Just for being my subscribers, just for supporting me. I'm gonna give away I'm gonna say a whole bunch. I'm gonna give away some things in 2025. So be on the lookout for it, man. Merry Christmas to you all. Happy New Year, or better yet, if your team is winning, happy old year. So, you know, hey. But if your team losing, hey, they need a new year, new championship, new role, new players, new everything. So Merry Christmas to you all. Enjoy the rest of the holidays. I'm gonna get with y'all maybe on Tuesday. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna get with y'all on Tuesday. It's gonna be after the Georgia Notre Dame game. Now, if the game is too out of reach, I might just come on early. Like, man, listen, if it's like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter and Georgia is up by 8 touchdowns, I'm gonna go ahead and come on live because ain't no point in us watching the game no more. But y'all can still watch it. But I'm gonna do a New Year's stream. So, yeah, I already got it planned out. New Year's stream coming up, y'all. But